meeting's being recorded. Oh, there's Ron. Okay. I see Ron and Janice. Okay, I'm on. Can you guys hear me and see me?
We can hear you.
Think you can't see me? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They still can't see me, Fran.
It should say allow. Are you allowing video? Is your video
Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. It went off. Okay. There.
I just sent you an email. I don't know if you saw that. Carol will be here and Ed Bloch won't be here.
Why is it blocking? I can see my mute's off and it says I'm talking to my daughter. She's helping me.
Oh, all right.
Okay, and I can see my microphone, but it's not, I guess you guys can't see me then, right?
Yeah.
You could see me a minute ago, or I could see me a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to scroll over. There's a little thing right next to the microphone that should say video that looks like an old time video.
Yeah, and I got that.
And that's clicked on. It says allow.
It says, well, it doesn't say anything. It just has the old time camera and it says start video.
Then you have to click that.
I did. I'm clicking. Okay. You can hear me though, Ron, right?
Oh, yeah, no, we can hear you fine.
Let's see. I don't know why it doesn't let me. I can't see chat, writers, type more. Okay. It says recording. I always have trouble. It says recording on cloud.
Yeah, no, I'm recording this.
Yeah.
Maybe what you're seeing when you see recording. If I hit both.
I'm allowing everything, Fran.
Yeah.
There says start video, and I don't know if that, can you take me off? Can you take it off of video?
He should be able to control your video if he can.
Can you control my video, Ron?
No, when I bring it up,
he's recording. It seems like every time you record and I come in, I can't get on.
Okay, let's see.
He can go to your panel and he can turn it on for you.
Okay, she said you can go to my panel and you can turn on the video for me. Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
Your license is expired. Okay, I know that. I don't want you.
There you go. All right,
it's probably something.
When I click on it says mute. Now we can hear you, but okay, ask to start.
Now can you still hear me? There it is. Yeah, but it's when I click on it says start video, and I'm trying to. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see.
Yeah. Hide non-video participants.
To exit full screen. Okay, it's still, Fran, it still won't let me do it says select video, and when I press on that, it doesn't do anything. It's just canceled that little camera.
Okay, then I would, if you started the meeting, just sign out of the whole thing and try signing back in again.
Okay, I'm gonna sign. My daughter said to sign out and try coming back in again. Okay,
that's fine.
Ron, can you hear me?
We can hear it. Can you hear it?
Okay. I'll try it. I'll try it. Let me see if this over here.
Okay.
Something come over here. Let's see. Okay, let me go out.
Hit end meeting.
Easy for you to say, Fran.
It'll get.
Okay, I guess she came out. I'm wondering if anyone else will join in. We've chewed up 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Here. Yeah. Jill Mahelli usually said she's going to join in. Yeah. So far. See, might have lost Yvonne too.
Yeah. Maybe we should put it off for another week.
We could do that, yeah.
Muting again. Okay, now you can hear me again, but I know you can't see me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It says
I
you're
don't know. I'm still the same, Fran. I can't start video. Back to where it was. They can hear me.
Okay, now wait a minute.
I don't know. You may have the video blocked in your computer. Did you turn something off?
No.
Like security?
No,
Did you allow Zoom to access your camera?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just, all it says on here is this meeting is being recorded, and I'm going, okay, let's go. Okay. Okay. And then at participant type here to search. That's all. And they can hear me, but they can't see me.
Now, when I bring your, let's see here. It has a picture of a camera with a line through it.
With a line through it. And I'm clicking on that because
Yeah,
that should.
I clicked on it as well.
He's clicking on my line with the camera, Fran.
Yeah, he should be able to activate it.
Okay, you want to, okay, can you try? Can you try activating
okay,
that, Ron?
When you're talking, the microphone shows that there's voice going through. And next to that, it has a camera with a line through it. And when I click on it, let's see, ask to start video. I'll click on it, see what happens.
The host asks you start your video. Okay, start my video.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, but it's not starting, Fran.
Yeah.
It asked me to start video, and I clicked on that.
And I clicked on it over here.
Okay.
And invite. I mean, you're definitely invited. Yeah, I don't have an answer.
I don't either.
Tell me, when you're not logged on, or when you're not on this, can you just click on your? You should have a thing that says camera on your computer.
Yeah, it says start video, and it's that thing that looks like a camera.
But I'm saying when you just turn your computer on, if you click on that, does your picture come up?
No, it did when I first got on it. It came up, yeah. But then when I see you, then it doesn't. When you did that, your thing is being recorded. Then I couldn't see me anymore.
Oh, okay. Because we on our regular computer screen, we have a thing called camera. When I click on that, it brings up whatever is in front of that camera, and you know, we can sing a song or we can do whatever, and you could record it, but at least we know the camera is working.
Yeah.
And that's not when you're online or something. That's just something on your computer you can do. At least on ours, all I have to do is click on that, and whatever is in front of the camera will come up on the screen. That doesn't mean we're online or something. That's just something that's available, and you can make a recording if you want it. So we know then our camera is working from the standpoint of we can see ourselves on there. And so,
Yeah. And
now,
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know if something on is mine, it's blocking it, but shouldn't be able to get the, let's see.
I don't think the fact that I'm recording, that's just on our computer. It's just merely copying it to a file. That's all.
Yeah.
The fact that we are recording this or not recording should not have an effect on anything that someone who joins in would do.
Correct. Didn't affect your computer at all.
No, nothing. Let's see. Let me start video. I went to start video camera. It says, what can I do for you? And I said, start video camera. Let me see what this says. Open the camera in Windows. Start the button, then select all apps, then select camera and list. Maybe it's something here with my
I think you have it blocked in your computer.
in my
somehow.
computer.
Yes.
Oh.
So just do it without video, and I'll try and figure it out for your next call.
Okay. All right.
Don't make them listen to it anymore.
No. Well, let me see.
We can work it. I can Zoom with you tomorrow, and we can figure it out.
Okay. She's going to Zoom with me tomorrow and see if we can figure this all out so that my video shows up next time.
Yeah. So what's going on with you these days? It looks like we have a 40-minute show.
Okay, Franny, wait just a sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
I'll call you back. Okay. Bye. Love you. Okay. Nothing going on with me. I had, my car, the transmission went out of my car a couple of weeks ago. And I got a new transmission for it, a new old one. And that was installed, I guess, the first part of the week. And then I took the car in just to get the oil change. I needed oil change and all that stuff. And they checked all the fluids, and I'm okay. So if I want to go anywhere, I can go somewhere. So,
okay, well that's.
But and all my kids are healthy, and from what Fran says, I have something here on mine, that in my laptop or something that I've blocked you guys from my video. So
Okay, I'm not sure from that.
I don't know. I'm the so computer illiterate.
Count me in on that too. I am too.
Oh, you know so much. If you can do Zoom, you know a lot. So
if it wasn't for our 9-year-old grandson, we would never have this thing going.
yeah, well, if
any questions, yeah. But
well,
I really don't hear from anybody. Well, Mike Novak sends me something once in a while, and Mark Oakey. Yeah.
well, I know Bill Bradish sends you stuff too, doesn't
Oh
he?
yeah, Bill does, and I
Yeah.
try to post when they send me stuff. He and Mike kind of have a little thing going there, I guess. Mike sends me something, then Bill sends me something, and it's usually pretty good stuff. So, and
Well, Bill has some really funny
oh yeah,
stuff that he sends out to you.
yes, and I try to always post it for sure.
Yeah, he has some good ones. So.
Yeah, and I always put their email. Excuse me. If somebody has to say something about it, it'd be better they say it to Bill or to Mike, since they're the ones sending it out. And it's funny. Do you remember Joe Oakey or Mark Oakey, whatever?
Joe Oakey, yeah.
The whole time I knew him, it was Joe Oakey. And one day I get this thing from Mark Oakey, and I said, "Who is Mark Oakey?" And I think it was Bill told me, Well, that's always a name he used, Mark. I never knew him by Mark.
Oh, I never did either. All I knew him was by Joe.
Yeah, that's for 4 years, and now all of a sudden I have to break that habit after all these years. But and he sends me a lot of stuff, and I keep saying, "Hey,
Who are you?
yeah, yeah. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send back. I'll say, okay, I'm gonna blackmail you here. You either join in, or I'm not sending your stuff to anybody." But anyway, I kind of wish he would. I don't. I really don't know what it would take to get people to join in. I mean,
I don't either. I saw Carrie, I saw a lot of pictures. I'm on Facebook,
uh-huh,
and she posted a lot of pictures of her playing golf.
yeah.
And let me see what this is. Uh-oh, come back here. I made you tiny teeny.
Oh well,
I don't want that.
that's not a great loss. The less you see of me, probably the better. But anyway, yeah.
I'm trying to get my sound louder, and I tell you, I used to know. I got this old computer. Well, it's not old, but my kids gave me another computer to use, and I'm trying, but I'm not having any kind of luck on that either, though.
Well, now your sound's coming through perfect here.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Okay, well, that's good anyway.
Now, do you have a laptop or a desktop?
Yes, I got a laptop. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, on top of the function keys, way to the right, you might have 3 keys to the upper right, and then when you hit that one to the furthest, it should up and down the sound.
Well, I got on the right, I have the 3 dots, and then it says new tab, new window, history, downloads, extensions, Zoom. Let me see what that Zoom. I don't want to zoom it. It's at 100%. Let's see. Search the page, translate, fill in, edit, share, got more tools, help. I always just seem to get screwed up, and I tried to.
Oops. She just went off. No.
She's off?
Yeah. Probably try to come back on. Now we're 18 minutes and 10 seconds in it, so we have 22 and change them.
Mhm.
I was hoping Ralph or someone might join me.
Mhm.
Trying to get the wrinkles out of all this shirt here. There we go.
Mhm. Ugh.
I imagine it was good for Jeffrey to get back and see his dog there. He said he picked the dog up yesterday or whatever.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Dog and all that peace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Tough to be a dog.
I would think so.
Yeah, for sure. But good puppy. Especially with all that fur in this kind of weather.
I wonder if he could get some of those portable air conditioners.
Well,
They've been
you know,
advertising.
they're taking care of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of tough being at the beach for a week and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
This picture kind of flicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There. You can hear me now.
We can hear you.
I pushed something, I don't know what, but I had to go out. It took me out, and I had to come back in. So
you did say you can see us, right?
I can see you perfectly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me, what have you guys been doing? Staying inside, I hope.
Yeah, well, it's been warm here for sure. I mean, it's been in the 98 degrees, and it feels like 105 and all that.
Yeah.
We had kind of a reprieve on that yesterday and today, but they said it's going right back up later this week. And as for what we do there's a dinner theater up in Columbia, Maryland, about 25 miles from here, and they had Jersey Boys. It was pretty good. It's a live performance, like a dinner theater, and we went through this afternoon, or yeah, starting at noon. It was pretty nice. They have some really good plays up there over the years, and they're all live, and you know, we're I guess kind of regular customers of theirs. A little bit pricey, but we don't go out that much. And our son and daughter-in-law and their family, 3 kids, we have this place up in Ocean City, and they went up there a week ago Thursday, and they're just getting back today. And
Oh, wow.
they said, well, the 3 kids, you know, they think they should live in the ocean. And but I'll tell you what, we'll take care of that. I watch this National Geographic station, and they have all the Shark Week and all that.
Sharks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to think when you go in that water, and they've had shark go up and down the beach at Ocean City in the area that we have our place at.
Oh
And
my
on the
gosh.
beach, I mean, you're standing there, and they're 25, maybe 20, 25 yards out. And there are
Wow.
people on the other side of those, you know, you go out further than that and realize between you and shore,
I wouldn't be,
pardon me?
I wouldn't be out there. Of course,
No,
you know, at the ocean, water up to my knees is fine.
yeah, well, when you're 16, 14, and 9, you're tough. So you go out there,
Yep.
and you're invincible. But now, when I first moved here, I used to go way out there and swim all day. Didn't give a thought to anything. But
Yeah.
those waves now would probably knock me down. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you really gotta be. See, you don't think when you're a kid, and
Yeah.
it's all the fun away. When I go out there, I still go out, but I'm just a little cautious. Uh, you know, I'm looking at those waves all the time, thinking, okay, can I handle them? And I used to dive into the waves. A lot of people have injuries when you get neck injuries if you don't know what you're doing on those. But again, that's part of growing up. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
don't get it rushed off. And with our grandkids, especially the 14 and 16-year-old granddaughters, they'll go out pretty far. They're good swimmers, not anything great, but some of those waves, I don't know if you heard, I guess it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where that family was in Florida, and the parents,
The tide, oh, yeah.
yeah, they had 3 teenage kids, and they went out and took them out.
Yep.
It happens.
Yeah.
And it happens, boom, like that.
Teenagers tried to save
Yeah,
them.
the teenagers tried it and they couldn't, yeah. And I know I've told this story before. When Janice and I were single, we doubled with another couple, and I had the surfer raft. Now they have the boogie boards you ride in. And I was riding it in all day long. We were pretty far out. And this guy, Carl, said, hey, let me use it. And I said, sure, you know, no problem. We were out there. And I noticed 3 or 4 waves went by, and I thought, where the hell is Carl, man? And I turned around, and the wave had taken him pretty far out. And the lifeguards, I started to swim, and they just told me to get in. And they went out to get him, and they brought him in. And when they brought him in, his hands were like this. The lifeguard, he went
Oh.
like that. I didn't know why. I said, well, did he have a stroke or what? And they said, no, no, no. When you become frightened, really frightened, the oxygen somehow leaves your body, and he had tightened up so much. And then they don't have a hospital in Ocean City, but they have a clinic there. So they took him to the clinic, and then the police came over and told us where they took him. But that was pretty scary. And you know, I never used that surfer raft again. And it was a fun thing. I mean, you go out there, and it was great for riding the waves in. And then I kept that for years. And when we had grandkids, I said, excuse me, I said, you know, I don't want to take the chance of them maybe and what we call AmVets or whoever came by for donations, and I donated. I kissed it goodbye. I said goodbye. I was kind of afraid to use it again. And it was a matter of seconds. Carl was taken out.
Wow. And
And,
he's an adult. Yeah.
And he was a good swimmer. But he said that when I asked him, he said the force just took him. And I was already out pretty far, and I turned around and I thought, my God, this guy's going to Europe if he knows it or not. But and so that got me thinking. I still go out in the ocean, but now I maybe body surf or that kind of thing. You have more control. And these kids have these boogie boards. They're like a foam thing. I don't know, 2.5 feet wide. And they go out there. And our grandkids do the same. The grandson is 9 years old, so we have to watch him pretty close.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the two girls know how to, I mean, our granddaughter's on a swim team at her high school, and the other one is a good athlete. Not saying something couldn't happen.
Yeah.
And last time Janice and I were at the beach, the problem is you stand where you're at and you look to see where the lifeguard on your left is going up the left side of the beach is, and you go, what the heck is, oh, I can see him. And then you turn around and look down the beach and you say, yeah, I can see him. Well, the problem is if the guy you can see is a block up that way and the other guy is a block down that way, and you got a problem here.
Yeah.
How long would it take you, regardless of what shape you're in, to run all that distance and get out there? And part of the deal is they don't have the manpower to have lifeguards at a regular interval, if you know what I mean. You see, just getting somebody who sits on the lifeguard stand is one thing, but to have qualified people, they just didn't have the manpower to do it. And that bothered me when our grandkids are out there, because when I'm there, because I mean, you look down the block and you say, yeah, I think that's him there. That's not going to hit it. I'm surprised more if they got taken out, you kind of have to depend on the people who swim out there. And something I have learned over a period of time, and this is a fact, when you go to the beach and it's reasonably crowded, normal, I would say in reality, 5% of the people swim, another 5% go out and get wet. And 90% sit in their chairs and listen to their radio visit. And they might go down and get their feet wet, and that's it. And I mean, you have people all ages, sizes, whatever. And a lot of people just want to kind of go out and sit on the beach, which is fine. But the number of people who physically go out and swim, if you had 10,000 people out there, I really don't think you'd have 500 people swimming. That's all on the beach. They just don't do it. So,
that's the way I would be. I would be sitting on the beach. Years and years ago, I went down to around Fort Myers with a girlfriend of mine, and the beach there was water. You could walk out, wade into it, and then there was like a berm. There was sand, a sand beach. And I went out there. I just wanted to get my feet wet, and I went on this little berm or the sand part. And then she yells at me. She goes, "Don't come back in. There's stingrays between where she was sitting and the bigger part of the ocean." And I'm seeing these stingrays swim past me in this small section of water. And I'm going, "Don't worry. I'm staying here till they're gone."
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not a swimmer, but I know one of my kids said that if you get swept out, you're supposed to, if you're a swimmer, you're out there and you just kind of tread water until, does the tide take you down or something?
Once the tide isn't taking you out, then you can swim in, yes. But if you try to swim against the current, you're probably not going to do anything. And they say, see, it's easier said than done, because when you get hit, you're not expecting it. So the element of surprise, for one thing, and the other is if you swallow water or something, sometimes when you're swimming, you might swallow water and it kind of messes you up. But yes, and they have all the rules. And a lot of times the lifeguard will call everyone in and they say, okay, here's what you do if a wave hits. And
Ah,
I mean, they do call the people over there and they give class
instructions, yeah.
right there while the people are there. It was kind of funny. I went to a wedding. I didn't know the people. I was swimming and there was a wedding going on the beach. So I took my camera over there. I got out of the water and went over. And they were right behind the lifeguard stand, where they were doing the wedding ceremony. And they're trying to do the vows. Meanwhile, there were some people further out and the lifeguard is blowing his whistle. I mean, they're trying to, do their marriage vows, and they're blowing the whistle, and he's yelling, "Come in, closer!" And it was kind of funny. You'd had to have been there, but they were laughing when that was happening, and
Well,
yeah.
I don't, I'm so petrified of in Colorado, I never learned how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
And, as I got older, I could go sit by the side of the pool with all my kids when they were little, and stay wet and watch them. But, and there were lifeguards around, so I didn't have to worry too much about them. But no, I'm not a swimmer. And when we used to go over there to the city park pool, Mom would drop my Mark and Mike and me over to the city park pool. And the minute Mom left, they were dunking me, and they would hold me underwater. And so I just finally got out and would sit by the side of the pool till Mom came back, because I hated being drowned.
That's where I learned how to swim, City Park.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, I never was. I remember I used to. Well, when I kind of learned how to swim.
Yeah.
I saw these people. I saw these people diving off the high board, and so I dove off the high board.
Oh.
Thing is, I thought you automatically came back up. I didn't realize that it was up to me when you're underwater. And I began to think, wait a minute, that was wrong. So I just remember reaching up and started, pulling up.
Yeah.
My introduction to diving. And the one thing I remember Ron Diodosio for, many things. Yeah. But the one thing I remember for, when he got on here one time, I reminded him, he's the only person I know. He used to go up on the high dive, and a handstand. Okay, he's there, and then the handstand. I mean, he's there with his feet straight up in the air, and then he would do some kind of a flip and come down. He's the only I've seen it done in competition, but he was the only I knew personally who did that. And
well, he was crazy anyway.
Oh yeah, Ron was one of the best friends I ever had. I mean, we good friends.
He was. Yeah, he was funny, but he was just crazy. He would do anything, I think.
Well,
what you looking at? I'm still trying to get on there, but I'm not having any luck at all. So you just have to look at top. Imagine what I used to look like a few times ago.
I remember one thing about Ron Diodosio. I blame him to this day for being broke, because we used to go out to that dog track thinking we were gonna.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God, we out there 1,000 times, and but when he came on, I said, Ron, let's cut the Zoom. Let's get out to the dog track. He knew what I was talking about. We used to have a lot of fun. That was part of growing up, I guess.
Yeah.
How stupid could I be? I thought I was. You know what the problem was? I was probably about 12 years old, and we had company, and my dad took company out to the dog track, and he bet on this dog $2, and the dog came in first, and he won $28. And I thought, damn, people work for a living. So I spent the rest of my time in Pueblo trying to win that $28. And boy, did I ever! Great memory. I always remember Mark Roybal. Maybe you've heard me talk about him. His brother was Skip.
Yeah.
Mark was next door neighbor, and we were like brothers. So first time Janice and I went back, and I took her out to the dog track, And so anyway, Mark came over and I introduced her to Mark, and so she said, you know, Ron took me to the dog track yesterday. Mark said, oh yeah, he said, Ron and I helped build that dog track. Never forget that. And I didn't have to, she was saying, oh, I didn't know you built dog tracks, you know. But
I remember going over there, you know, with
oh yeah,
my parents occasionally, but you know, I didn't have, I was still that way. I'm going, if $20, they go, oh, go buy I say, boy, I'd like to win one of those jackpots. And then I hear God up there in heaven going, Yvonne, you got to bet before you can win.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I don't bet. I mean, I'm $20. That's a lot of money, but
Oh,
people,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
they,
I buy one lottery ticket every week, and the damn lottery commission, they always pick the wrong numbers. I don't
Yeah.
know what the problem is. But anyway, oh boy.
well, you know, my younger brother, Mark, who was 2
Mhm.
years behind me, he would go, he and his wife, they have betting at, oh, they just put some, I don't know what they're called, in Lincoln, outside of Lincoln, so you can go
Mhm.
and bet. And he and his wife play Keno.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
know what Keno is?
Oh yeah.
And they are so lucky. He won not this, I guess about a week ago, he won $1,400. He bet a couple numbers and won 14. I go, oh my God.
Good for him.
She's,
And
yeah, and she'll bet a couple numbers and she'll win a couple $100. And I'm going, not me. I could sit there and bet different numbers or the same numbers and I never win. But that everybody goes, that's because you don't think you'll win. And I go, yeah, you're right.
I always remember Jack Benny show one time because they always saw him as being tight, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, the skit was he went up and they had this wheel with 18 numbers on it. And Jack Benny, you know, and you won a prize if they had your number called.
Yeah.
Well, okay. He said, I got this. He said, I'm going to play all 18 numbers. So I said, okay, sir. So what they did, they turned the wheel around and that had numbers 19 through 36. And they said, sorry, you lose.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
But,
Well, that would be me.
oh yeah, well, me too. Yeah, yeah.
So, well, let's see who else. Oh, and Carrie. Carrie was on. You know, I started to say I think about her. She's on Facebook, but they had some. I don't know if she retired or she's not playing golf anymore because there was a going away party for her in is it oh in Kansas where they live. She played golf all the time, and it was pardon.
I say,
And it was like a going away party for her, showed with a cake and saying goodbye, Carrie. So I don't know if they moved or she just quit playing golf or what happened. I've got to call her. I'm so bad. You know, I always think of calling somebody and it's usually in the evening. And I just, you know, I never know if people go to bed early or late or what. So I never call. But
it's hard to keep up with the time zones too. So
yeah. Well, hey, now it's just you guys and me. What did you think of yesterday with Dear Trump?
oh well, I think it's
Yeah.
terrible. I don't want that to happen to Biden or to Trump.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, that's for our good of our country. It's devastating. And when you think of a 20-year-old kid,
Yeah. And then they found explosives in his car. I'm going, oh my God. He must have really, they were interviewing some kids he went to school with, said he was a loner and he was always being bullied, which explains a lot, you know, but why would he have to try and kill Trump? You know, Trump, see, I have a couple kids that, you know, we don't talk politics, but I said, all he wants to do is to make the country better. And he's not hurting anybody. He's maybe rough around the edges when he does it, but he's just, you know, to me,
we're at our limit. We should be off here.
Oh, we are already? That was quick.
But no,
Oh, okay.
for that, the Trump, I'll just say a prayer for him.